Hello friends and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about battery degradation and some numbers I've been afraid to look at or get an idea of what they might be. So after 1 year and roughly 26,000 kilometers, I wanted to see how has the battery in my car kept up and what is the degradation. Now we all have the experience of cell phones and other devices and how quickly the batteries deteriorate there, even with proper battery management systems. For example, I have a vacuum cleaner and that lasted 2 years and the batteries were dead and I had to replace it, and then I got a new battery and all of a sudden it worked like a bigger model. That's a discussion for another day. So how do I go about figuring out what's roughly the state of my battery? You can try to do a test and discharge it and charge it again. And there's like Scan My Tesla that you can insert and get some data out on your phone. And then there are some sites like Tesla-Fi, which is the one I'm going to use today. I talked to someone some time ago, and I forget who it was, who said they had a program like that ran as a virtual server, like a WF file, like a virtual appliance. So you can do something like that yourself. And if you know what they're talking about, let me know in the comments, because I would really like to hear more about that. Now, what is Tesla-Fi then? Well, a lot of cars today collect a lot of telemetry about the car when you're driving because they're connected to the internet, and I think Tesla might be the ones who collect the most. Like that or not, there's something about privacy there, right? And there's also something about security. If they got hacked, they have a lot of data on you, and Tesla-Fi is a third-party site, and you give them access to all the data that you can extract from Tesla using an API. So they have your API key, and are you comfortable with them having that? That's also a discussion for another day. So we can have that whole discussion and we can look into details about what can Tesla-Fi do. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just briefly going to show you what it can do. And for example, what I have here is tire pressure timeline for the time I've been using Tesla-Fi. And so we can see the temperature, so you can see what happens with the tire pressure in temperature changes. Now, around here, I went to have my summer tires and rims installed, and as you can see, the tire pressure might be a bit on the high side there, and this is why we had that jump. I need to correct that perhaps myself one of these days. So this is one of the fun things you can see. It can also show you some drive details, like here when I was trying to drive very efficiently, so you can see how fast you were driving. You can see temperature outside or in the car. You can see everything, and if it was heating the battery and how much electricity used, miles per watt hour, kilometers per watt hour. So yeah, that's quite interesting to see. But what I wanted to show you again, on my drive home on that trip, I stopped first at a supercharger, which is only version 2, and in 7 minutes you can see I got 10% on the battery, which isn't much because it was busy, so I only got 70 kilowatt. And that's something you can see here. You can see it started with 64 kilowatts, and then it slowly rose up as the car parked next to me started to go down a bit. But anyway, you can also see it charged or heated the battery while I was sitting there, and also if it's charging while you're heating the battery while you are driving, it can also show that. I think I always said that. So I thought, nah, that's not too good. I'll jump to the next supercharger, and this is sort of interesting because the density of superchargers and chargers as whole means that I said, yeah, I'm up to 21% now, so I'm just going to drive to the next one, which is version 3 supercharger. And there again, I stayed for 7 minutes, but because it was a much higher capacity, I gained 30% in 7 minutes, from 9% to 39%, and that was actually way too much because I only needed 10-15 to get home. So, but I thought there was a good comparison for this video. So yeah, you can check all of these statistics out, and we can go into them in more detail one day if you want to do that. Here you can see it started 250 kilowatts at 11%. I believe I started at 9%. Yes, it's 9%. And at 36%, it was down to 156. So yeah, interesting stuff, but that's not what this video is about. So I have mostly charged my car for the last year up to 80% at max, sometimes 60, sometimes 70. And if I've been working from home or a weekend where the sun is shining, I might have let it drain down further. Rarely below 30%, but certainly if I'm coming home a Friday or a Thursday and I can see Saturday or Sunday is going to be sunshine, I didn't charge it on Friday or Thursday night. I would just let it go further down and then sit and trickle charge, slowly charge all Saturday or Sunday at like 3 kilowatts. So I think I've charged to 100% only a handful of times in the last year, and certainly not more than 10 times above 90%. 10 times is even a lot. I don't think I've done that. So with that in mind, what is the capacity of my battery right now? I know it takes a drop around 30,000 kilometers. Most people say that. But compared to others, and this is where Tesla 5 gets really interesting, because it can compare you to other cars. And so it goes up and down a bit for me. For the last 14 days I've been using this, but it says 104.9% capacity compared to 20 other vehicles with the same mileage, and my range is better than 100% of those users right now. So this says I have lost 1.35% battery capacity the first year. Yeah, so that's it. Let me know if you want to know more. That's just about it for today. Until next time, have fun on the interwebs.